Hi everyone! After 2 years, we're going to keep updated, maybe a bit lately, but we are going to talking about the new features they create in level 20 or Nivel20 since 2022 and today. So we're going to check. I have an spoiler there, so they added a new system which is Pathfinder 2. Okay, so let's check. If we want to check the changelog, it's really easy. If you see here, we have close to my camera and my name. Here's some icons. So here's the thunder with new features. I don't know if you can see it. It's orange and white. Okay, if you press there, you can see the news. They are in Spanish, but you can check there. Okay, so after this, we can check other news and more detail in relation with what I'm going to explain today. So you should check there if you understand Spanish. So we're going to check first. They added automatically clean the dice when you use them. For example, here on the tabletop, I roll some dice, and they stay there for some time. That we can choose. So we have here characters. You see, the dice disappear. So we have chat and dice, like always. And here in settings, we have clean dice automatically. We can check how many times we want they stay there before disappearing, and we can choose no cleaning, but I recommend cleaning. Or in the next roll. So also, if we are masters, we can press twice on clean, and our dices and the rest will be clean. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Okay, another change is creatures and duplicate them. So we have this option on creatures. If you enter in a creature that is not yours, you will see this, but not will see edit. Okay, so you can press in create a copy here at the right side, and you write the new name for the creature, and here you can choose where the creature will be created. So it could be in our campaign, in a rule book. This is the best option. Or in a character, because we'll see after we can have a relation between characters and creatures or another, like familiars or invocations, summonings, So this is the option. And also, if you create a creature and you don't want people to copy it, so you can on the edit option of your creature, you have here a check where you can see it can be copied or no. So you just check it or no. Obviously they can copy and paste and change everything, but this is very helpful if you are creating similar creatures. For example, if you create UNTs that they are quite similar but there are different types, it's quite cool. Could use and duplicate another creature like is quite similar and just add the new features or change the differences. Okay, so after this change, we can check also actions. Okay, before we can use actions with characters, but now, as you see here at the bottom, creatures also create automatically their actions. So we can press here and the dice will be rolled. It's quite easy. We can check, and these options are taken from here. Okay, so we have here the roll dice is indicated, and you can press here, like always, or you can press here, and you also have added the advantage and disadvantage rolls that they weren't before in characters either, and the critical damage all roll. Well, okay, so we can check what more. Spells. Our spell list. This is very useful that they change it. Okay, so if we enter in a character sheet and choose the section of spells, that is conjuros in Spanish, as always we can check our class, our ability for the magic spells, and everything as always. And now here on the list we have four sections, sorry. All of them, so you can choose there, filtrar, and see the filters. You can write the name, obviously in Spanish, so you can filter automatically, no pressing any button. And you can also filter by spell level or whatever. The School of Magic, everything is here. Okay, so you have a square here, and here in available spells you have they filtered by your class. Okay, but it's the same, so you can check the squares, and these spells will appear in my list. So what I recommend to check: the spells you usually use. If you're a sorcerer, okay, your spells are known, so everything you have here, and I mean, you don't need prepare option, but you could add here all your spells. But if you're a wizard, you could add here the spells you have on your book. Okay, if you're a druid, you could add here the spells you usually use. Why just the ones you usually use and not every one? Because they are a lot. So this is the reason they added a button to add more. In other case, it could be crazy. So the idea is not add every of them, because you have them on available. Okay, so I would add here the most usable for you, or your favorite, or some you need to check sometimes because you forget them. And you have the prepare list, where you put, if you're a wizard, the ones you have prepared. If you're a paladin, or the ones, is the idea of these sections, but obviously you can use it how you want. Okay, but they didn't have this before, and it's quite useful. And also, in a last feature they added, you can press here on edit your character sheet, and at the bottom you have this option, libro de conjuros adicional. You can add a new spell book. Okay, so you just check here, I want one, and you add here the name. Okay, I push here Infernal Soul, but you can add everything you want. The name is just writing, and you choose here the spell characteristic you will use. I chose Charisma, for example. Okay, and you press an update, and coming again on the section for spells, you can see here how this new list appear. Okay, Infernal Soul is here, and I added before another spell, so you can check like you want. Okay, and select the spells you want for your spell list, and here you could check. Okay, I choose cantrips, so you can select cantrips for prepare, because they always prepare, so they don't have the star check. But we can check level 4, for example. So Black Waters, and I have it in my list. Okay, and there is. Here we have just favorites. Okay, ready them. What more? well, this is all for this year. And in the next year, we have the states. I don't know if it's said in English states too. Well, the situations or states where the characters could be, like poisoned or similar, we can use them. So if you see here Shinies or Desi, they have here a small icon and they have an state. Okay, so I can add or delete or remove them here. For example, I don't know, flying, okay, and remove protection for poison. And also you have here notes, so you can add she's sleeping or whatever you want. But remember, when your master press on restart this section, the notes will disappear, so keep that in mind. And then you just see how they are added here, and it's very easy to use. These options can be added on our section in our rulebook. Okay, so for example, here we have the states. You could choose one of yours and access to edit them. For example, this you can edit, choose an icon. They added better filter for icons, so you can use here to filter and choose easily the icon you will use. And this is the small icon that will appear there. So in this special section, it's important to choose the icon, and you just can add here the book where you keep it, the name, a small summary, and the description for the state. Okay? It's really easy. What more, they added a new way to manage the characters that will appear on the battle section. So if you see the campaign, you'll see as always details and characters. But now in the section of characters, you can see a check for active. So just pressing or not pressing, they will appear or not appear on the battle section like this. Okay, this make the characters appear here or no. It's also really easy. Okay, what more? Alternative damage. Okay, now in the weapons we use or attacks we add on our objects, we can see here alternative damage, like with versatile, I don't know if this is the word in English, weapons like stuff that you could use with one hand or two hands, so you have different damage in that way. So you can add it here and also add a critical damage there too. So easy also. What more? Well, the improvement for looking for the icons, we already saw that. And now we can see the feature I talked you before about the company. Okay, so in the character sheet you can see, like we saw before, information, background, feats, equipment, spells, and now we have here company. Okay, so our companions will be here. Like we can think, if we are druids, we could add here our optional animals, our beasts, where so we could check the stats easily. We press here and see the details, the stats and everything, and check and choose. And okay, we can also add familiars or even NPCs that are coming with us and we would like to check here. So it's easy and cool. What does provoke? As master, when you are on the battle preparing and adding creatures, now all the creatures appear, but they appear first the ones you have imported to your own campaign or the ones that are added here as companions. Okay, so they are easier to find to add on the battle. Okay, so this is this feature that I think is quite cool. at least if you're a druid, I think it's really cool. For warlock to have here your familiar is cool too. Okay, what more? We can now add spells to spell list that they are owned to the SRD. Okay, the basic rules for D&D. So here we have an example from a spell. I have here in one of my rule books, and here we have the name, the icon, blah blah, and at the end we see the lists. Before we couldn't add these new spells to existing lists like the famous ones like paladin, cleric, ranger, just the new ones we would create, but now we can add it to them, so it makes life easier. So what more? Now how we see the classes changed. Okay, I don't know if you remember how they were shown before, but now we have the beautiful table with the spells and everything, so it's really easy to check here how or when I learn more spells and check the new feats we will learn, and also we have the detail of the class feats. And at the end, one more option, we can check the archetypes. Okay, for Bard are schools, but in any class they corresponded like domains or whatever. Okay, so they change this, and it's easier to see in that way. Okay, now we have also on the chat log, we can manage visibility of the roll dice. So if you are here, if you see here what is the icon, okay, in the chat where you can write, here you can see we have options. So first one is just everyone check the roll and see it, it's like always. Second one is just master and the person who rolled the die. The next one is just the person who rolled the die, just for a private roll. And no one, that means the roll won't appear on the chat log. Okay, I miss one with just the master see your roll and not yourself, but I'll tell it, so maybe they add it, who knows. Okay, another one is the actions we already saw in creatures. So we have here too the rolls for advantage and disadvantage. So we here have them like advantage roll, disadvantage, and they already come on check the result. Okay, so my disadvantage broke my 19. Okay, so here is the almost last thing. And finally, we have the news and more recent features that are Pathfinder 2, as I said before. So we have, I don't know these names in English. So, well, the ascendants, the heritage, classes, baggage, I imagine is like backgrounds, but I don't know, feats, spells, and we also can create rule books and create characters. Okay, I've never played Pathfinder, so I'm going to try to show you an example for this creation, but I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so if we go into the main page of Nivel20, we can choose here Pathfinder 2. We can see the all options I said it before, so we can check the ascendants, the classes, everything here. We have also the rule books. We can add one, and the rest of people we could use our classes or whatever we create. And we have here our characters. Okay, I created one before to check, so I'm going to use this as example. So we have here the name, we can choose the ascendant, the heritage, the class. Okay, we can change what we choose at level 1, but when you create it, obviously you have a selection here. We can add it to a campaign, choose pictures, add information about the baggage that I think is background, and you have here the stats. Whatever this works, you can choose here and also check here to write it manually if you want. Okay, the rest of the information, alignment, parents, age, languages, everything. And here you also have the option to add another spellbook if you want, and just you can check your character here with the information we chose, the abilities, the main characteristics, background, class, everything, equipment, we could add it. Okay, and also, well, our spells, they added this automatically? No, I think it was me before. So this works like I said before for D&D. So we have also here companions and actions, and also we can print it and create a PDF with the cool design for Pathfinder. So I don't know if I forget something. I hope you could understand my poor English. And well, this is the end for today. I know I have to prepare a video for how rule books work, but for now, just thanks for hearing me, and I hope this is cool for you. And even if it's in Spanish, you could use it, and I think it's a great platform. So enjoy. Have a good day.